Okay. You wait for another cup. I don't want you to buy that table, right? Okay. Peaceful Sabbath day. We got good. We're good. We're good. Yeah, we good, mister.
No, that'll do it.
That'll do it for me.
Okay, darling.
That's it. That's all I need.
If I throw a nod up there, y'all know what to do.
We'll know what to do.
Yeah, hot sauce when you get through, right?
Yeah, butter. Like I'm really finna be able to get to this.
Right. Hey, sister boy, if you will, just peep out every now and then and see if anybody in the lot. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah. I'll give you a call.
Okay.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom to the worldwide family. Peaceful Sabbath, y'all, as we get about our Abba's business, y'all. We're going to get right to it. We got a few scriptures to go over. So, y'all, let's turn toward Holy Jerusalem. Wherever you be on planet Earth.
All right, family. We're going to get this opening prayer. And it is with the Most High's permission. And is in the name of his only beloved and begotten Son, our Lord and Savior and our Redeemer.
Yes, sir.
Yahushua HaMashiach. But we know him as Jesus the Christ, family. Long live the King.
Long live the King.
Reading in the book of Psalms, in the 140th chapter, it reads,
Read.
Deliver me, O Yahweh,
Yes, sir.
from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war.
Yes, sir.
They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent's adder. Poison is under their lips. Selah.
Selah.
Keep me, O Yahweh, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man,
Sir.
who have purposed to overthrow my goings. The proud have hid a snare for me, and cords. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me.
Yes,
Selah.
Selah.
I said unto the Most High,
Yes.
Thou art my Elohim.
Yes.
Hear the voice of my supplications, O Master. O Yah, the Elohim, the strength of my salvation. Thou hast covered my head in the day of battle. Grant not, O Master, the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves. Selah.
Selah.
As for the head of those that compass me about,
Yes, sir.
let the mischief of their own lips cover them.
Yes, sir.
Let burning coals fall upon them.
Yes, sir.
Let them be cast into fire, into deep pits, that they rise not up again. Let not an evil speaker be established in the earth. Evil shall hunt the violent man to overthrow him. I know that the Most High will maintain the cause of the afflicted and the right of the poor.
Yes.
Surely the righteous shall give thanks unto thy name. The upright shall dwell in thy presence.
Hallelujah.
Selah.
Yes, sir.
All right, family. Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. Once again, Shabbat shalom to the worldwide family. Shabbat shalom to all believers.
Yes, sir.
Y'all, we're going to get right at it. We ain't going to belabor them on. What's that noise?
Phone, man.
Huh? Somebody turn that noise off. Who got that noise on? Let's get it. So, y'all, today's lesson, instructions of spiritual one love. Yo, we got to get understood when we say one love what we mean.
Exactly.
It's not just a slogan or a smooth soliloquy to say.
Sounds good when you say it.
Yeah, yeah. So, yo, we have to understand what that means. Truly spiritual one love. Ain't talking about flesh. Flesh will allow you to mix doctrines. That one love, they call it brunity or different forms of unity. That they don't care what you believe, you know, long as it sounds good to someone.
Right.
But y'all, we're gonna cover this today, and we're gonna get some understanding, y'all. But before we start, just sending out prayers for our sick and shut in, y'all, and just starting out, Brother Elisha and Sister Miriam, the daughter, the baby girl, she's the only girl, Alexis. Prayer is powerful.
That's right.
Alexis is coming along greatly. She opened her eyes, and she is able to communicate. Still a little bit of ways to go as far as ensuring before she's allowed to go home. But what we feared a little bit of possible because of loss of oxygen, it was a little bit of concern would there be a little brain damage. But she's communicating well. She wants to talk. She's really trying to get ahead of the game. So y'all, bruh just wanted to thank everybody for their prayers for his daughter because y'all was a rough time. And he asked when we get started if we could read just a little bit of that Sirach 2, which we will do. Okay. Also, sending out the same prayer for our brother Agda, his wife Yisraela, and Ima Naomi, as well as Uriah and Sister Hananiah, who's doing well. And also, our Ak, Yakanan, and Sister Alka, they laid to rest her father. And y'all, they just want to say and thank everyone that everything went well. You know, her mother is well as can be concerning that situation. Shalom, y'all. Shalom.
Shalom, family.
You know, so we just wanted to shout out our sick and shut in, as well as those who may have lost a loved one, and they've gone on to the eternal rest. Also, want to send shouts out to that Hebrew Dave, Ak William and Sister Deborah, and that Ak G Montgomery. Also to Kevin Jenkins, that brother Stan Martin, Sister Anna Israel, that brother Cortez McDonald, and also to Beautiful Creations. That's that Ak Warren Eleazar and his wife, Sister Olivia. To our brother Urban Reed, shouts out to you, bro, and our sister Lakeisha Giles, and always Ron and Betty Lemons. Anybody else before we get started? Go ahead, sis, what we got? And also, let me just say this. Sister Karen right here last week, she sent me a text. She said, do we ever do this? And that's, you know, visit the sick and lay hands on them and they should recover. So that did take place, you know, strong prayers. And I'm speaking of Brother Elisha and Miriam of Alexis. We did pray and lay hands on them. We had family up there, Imam Mester as well. But we were able to lay hands on her. And the Most High delivered. So, like I say, the faith is strong. In today's class, y'all, I'm going to lamb back a bit off of Jacob's Shabbat class last night that was on fear and faith. So we're going to, today's class, instructions of spiritual one love. But what you got said over there? Sister Karen.
Prayer for Todd Shepherd and his brother Max husband Rodney, that still struggling with being bound with smoking and
Just the woes of life. So we're going to hit all of that today, sis.
also myself. Yeah.
And for yourself, absolutely. And for us, y'all, as well. Yeah. So, y'all, we're going to get right to it. Instructions of spiritual one love. And y'all know how we do it. It's from our one and only high priest, Yeshua HaMashiach, locally known as Jesus the Christ. He's a high priest after the order of Melchizedek, and he brings forth the law to every male, female, rich, poor, free, bond, Jew, or Gentile. And y'all, what we are talking about spiritual one love, we're talking about covering the nakedness from the garden. Y'all, something very important, because there's a physical covering that was handed to them so that they could deal with the elements now, because they were cast out of the garden. But still, the nakedness of law breaking and righteousness is what we need to cover, especially so we get a clearer understanding of what it meant when it said they were naked. You know, or technically how we used to say in the ghetto, got the drawers pulled off of them. So y'all, we're gonna get right to it. Genesis 3:22 to 24. And we're gonna get a little understanding on nakedness. Is that me bouncing around?
I think that's
Okay, let me move this, y'all. I'm gonna turn it up. Can y'all hear me back there? Okay.
All right, Sam, we're going to be reading in the book of Genesis, chapter 3. Going to start the reading in verse 22.
Yes, sir.
And it reads, And the Most High Yah said, Behold, the man is become as one of us.
Become as what?
As one of us. To know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand, and take also of the tree of life and eat, and live forever. Therefore, the Most High Yah sent him forth from the Garden of Eden, to till the ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims, and a flaming sword, which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life.
So what I want you to do, though, bro, back it up to verse 10. I just, verse 9 and 10. 9 through 11, that's what I want you to hit, just so we can understand why Adam hid himself.
You say 7?
We still in Genesis 3. We're just going to back it up to verse 9.
Right. Ooh, boy. I'm looking up there at, I'm too close to 1. We're going to start at 9.
Okay.
That's good
Yes,
enough.
sir.
Verse 9. And the Most High Yah called unto Adam, and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid myself.
Right.
And he said, Who told thee that thou was naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? And the man said, The woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat.
So what we want to explain here is why he hid himself. Did he hide himself because he didn't have no clothes on? Or did he hide himself because the shame of breaking the law when you were technically in an immortal state? So y'all, we're going to go right to the next script so we get some understanding. Exodus 32, 25 through 38, because the same thing happened. That's what Satan likes to do. Satan likes to pull your clothes off, your spiritual clothes. He likes to damage, if he can, your immortality. And don't let me forget to do that Sirach 2 for Brother Elisha after we hit this script. But we want to go to Exodus 32, verse 25 through 28. And we're going to see the same thing happen, y'all. And this is after we came through salvation. And were technically saved, y'all. We have found salvation. But the devil like to come as soon as salvation comes as well. Because he want to snatch it from you. Go ahead, bro.
The book of Exodus, chapter 32 and verse 25.
Yes, sir.
And when Moses saw that the people were naked.
What did Moses see the people were?
That they were naked.
Now, this is after he had went up to get the 10 Commandments, y'all. This how quick Satan moved on. We finna get educated because at this point, we know good and evil.
Right.
See, when a baby is born, a baby is shown what is good and evil, but when they're born, they're in what we say as the closest to righteousness as you can get. It's not, it should never be introduced to a child, unrighteousness, because you're comforting them, you're training them up as the way they go. So you shouldn't introduce them to what's going on with Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right.
But there's a teaching that makes you pull off your clothes unrighteously. So that's what we have to be extra careful of. And then you know good and evil. And what happens when you know good and evil like that? The devil comes and tries to get you to break the law. He'll say, I'll explain this for you so you won't be missing nothing. See, God left a few things out.
Right.
No, but read some more. Yeah.
Verse 25 from the top.
Yeah.
And when Moses saw that the people were naked.
What did Moses see the people were?
That they were naked.
See, so y'all, are you thinking that Moses came down from getting them 10 Commandments and nobody had on clothes? Let's get some more.
For Aaron had made them naked unto their shame among their enemies.
So Aaron had made them naked unto their shame, meaning that he allowed them to accept, or they pressured him to accept unrighteousness. Mm-hmm. So that's technically naked. You know, when somebody say, oh, they done pull the clothes off of you. Right. Y'all, this is what it means. Aaron actually agreed with another covering because Satan moved in that quick, y'all. Right. That's how quick he moved. He's not worried about you right now. He wants you to accept the Messiah and accept this gospel, then he makes his move. Other than that, he's not too concerned with you. You're already, what we would say, kindling for the fire. Right. Did we have a little bit more of that?
Yeah. You
okay.
Want to take it to 28. Right?
Yes, sir.
Verse 26.
Yeah.
Then Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, who is on the Most High side?
Y'all see that question? Who on his side? Go ahead, y'all, because we're talking about one love now. Go ahead.
Let him come unto me. And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves together unto him. And he said unto them, thus saith the Most High Yah of Israel, put every man his sword by his side, and go in and out from the gate to gate throughout the camp, and slay every man his brother, and every man his companion, and every man his neighbor. And the children of Levi did according to the word of Moses. And there fell of the people that day about 3,000 men. So
if y'all ever wondered why Levi was technically chosen as the inheritors to the Most High, is because when Moses asked, who on the Lord's side? The whole tribe of Levi stood up. Mm-hmm. And they had to put wickedness down. And that's the punishment for being found naked. And what it means is you hear the word of God and then unrighteousness is introduced to you. Now you're battling unrighteousness because he says without excuse. Every time you commit a crime against the Most High, there's a spirit inside of you tell you don't do that. It's called your first mind. But when we still do it and we listen to that second mind, what we always say, we should have did what?
Follow the first mind.
So y'all, this is what we're getting into, the instructions of spiritual one love. Keep you from having to say to anybody that's around you, because we got charlatans out here.
Yes, sir.
We got Janice and Jambrees out here. Yes, sir. We got people out here trying to interrupt this one love and show nakedness. And how they come is subtle. Did your God say, if he told you, would you kill your child?
That's it.
So when we start to hear these type of, and then they whispering it, what that is trying to do is create just a bit of doubt in you to see if you would believe that the Most High would ask you to commit illegal killing and then be introduced as murder.
Right.
So you have to watch these things because they'll bring those questions to you quick. And if you just for a second, fear and tremble and think in your mind that righteousness would choose evil. So y'all, we want to continue on. Let's get into that Leviticus 19.
You want that Sirach too?
Yeah, let me get that Sirach 2. Thank you, Tobias. So this Sirach 2, this for Brother Elisha, and we just wanted to run a few scripts on this because, y'all, when faith time come, when a position that you may find yourself in where truly at the point that where when you hear a physician say there's nothing more we can do,
right?
Faith and faith must excel and doubt must decrease immediately. So go ahead, bro, if you will.
The book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, in the Apocrypha, chapter 2 and verse 1. It reads. Can you tell us what he says? Yes, get that change.
Let me get the change going on.
Chapter 2, Imam. And we'll start the reading in verse 1.
Yeah, that's better.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good now. Yeah.
It reads, My son, if thou come to serve the Lord.
If you do what?
Come to serve the Lord. Prepare thy soul for temptation.
See, prepare thy soul, not your flesh. You can't whoop what's dying into shape to understand who you're dealing with. You have to prepare your soul.
That's right.
That immortality that you have. Go ahead.
Verse 2.
Yeah.
Set thy heart aright. And constantly endure. And make not haste in time of trouble.
Don't flee. And like I was speaking of that fear Jake was teaching on last night.
Right.
That fear will make you take off running.
Yeah.
No, when you come to serve the Lord and you got to prepare yourself, you're a soldier in basic training.
Yes, sir.
So you have to get that basic training so that you become a soldier. You just ain't gonna be a soldier flying straight out the gate. It don't work that way. Satan will have the mastery of you. You think you can just come and get somebody sitting on the couch and tell her, look, Russia making a move, we need to give you a gun, and what you gonna do with that? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 3. Cleave unto him.
Do what?
Cleave unto him. And depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
Do what?
Take cheerfully. And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
See, when you're changed to a lower state, so we're getting outside of our first estate, and what that means is trust and complete one heart, one mind, one body in the Most High. When you be brought to a lower state, that's when the devil like to come in.
Right.
God ain't gonna help you.
When it look like things just ain't gonna work out.
Ain't gonna work out. He ain't gonna help you watch and see. Go ahead.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him.
Do what?
Believe in him. And he will help thee. Order thy way right, and trust in him.
See, so you got belief and order your way right.
Right.
This is what we say. You can't believe and still have doubt.
Right.
Worship and worry don't go together.
Not at
it's
all.
like oil and water. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 7.
Yeah.
Ye that fear the Most High, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall.
See, you have to wait on his mercy.
Right.
Unmitigated grace. You don't deserve it, so ain't no need you rushing it, trying to rush it to help you out, because if you get impatient, you're going to seek another God.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 8.
Yeah.
Yet that fear the Most High, ye that fear the Most High, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Most High, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Most High and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise and called upon him? For the Most High is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sin.
And do what?
And forgiveth sin. And saveth in time of affliction. Woe be to fearful hearts.
Woe be to who?
Fearful hearts.
You cannot have a fearful heart meaning your mind if you always thinking something gonna happen.
Right.
Lord help me. No, you can't have a fearful heart like that.
That's right.
See, you have to have a mindset. I was discussing with that brother Obed, and we was talking about such is the kingdom of a child. When you pick up a child, a toddler, and you toss them up in the air and they are laughing, and you catch them and bring them back down, and they are laughing like they are watching a comedy show.
Oh, yeah.
That's full assurance that their parents won't drop them.
Right.
But if you throw them up and they start fearing, you know, there's something that you have shown that child that they have, no trust in you, so to speak. They're scared to do that. But if you throw them up and they smiling and laugh, you just got to make sure your elbows is able to hang on to them when you grab hold of them. You know, but that's what we're talking about, that full assurance.
Right.
That's why the kingdom is like such as a child, because they have no worries. When they do like this and they say, pick me up, they're confident you can lift them up. If their knee been scraped or whatever, you lift them up. That's what we're talking about. We have to have that full assurance like a child. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 12. Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands.
What kind of hands?
Faint hands.
Just rubbing them like that, Lord, and we ain't gonna make it. Go ahead.
And the sinner that goeth two ways.
And the sinner that goeth two ways, y'all. That's what Satan wants. He wants you to break God's law and then try another way for the fix.
Right.
Let's get it.
Verse 13.
Yeah.
Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not.
What does he do?
He believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended.
Ain't no need you looking for help. You cannot be defended with a faint heart.
Right.
You have to believe this.
Yeah.
You cannot let nobody slip in doubt to you that these scriptures is tampered with. They're tampering with your mind because theirs has already been tampered.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 14.
Yeah.
Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Most High shall visit you? They that fear the Most High will not disobey his word.
They will not do what?
Disobey his word. And they that love him will keep his ways. They that fear the Most High will seek that which is well pleasing upon him. Unto him.
Yes, sir.
And they that love him shall be filled with the law.
Y'all see what love is? It's filled with the law. It's the same thing we're going to get into some John, that if you love me, keep my commandments.
Right.
For this is the commandment of God. That's what love is. What is love, y'all? Keeping of what?
The commandment.
See, it's always going to be hand in hand. You can't say you love God and don't know the commandments. You know, it's impossible. You don't know who you love.
Right.
They can run anything toward you because you don't know what he requires to be in love with him, so to speak. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 17. They that fear the Most High will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight.
Y'all see that basic training right there? Read that basic training again, verse 17.
They that fear the Most High will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight. Saying, we will fall into the hands of the Most High, and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy.
Y'all see that just balance? So his majesty.
That's right.
I'm talking about the creator of everything that exists in the universe and everything on heaven and earth. His majesty and his mercy are equal.
Yeah.
So it's a just balance. He will never ever allow it to shift like that, because he said, if you're trying, if you get knocked down, get back up.
That's right. And you just have to be fully convicted in your heart.
That's right.
You know, you can't let other people deter your faith that you have in Hamashiach.
That's right.
You know, else you don't have true faith.
Because you're going to be trying to look and ask, where can I get some more instruction? The Most High ain't answered me yet.
Right.
And these charlatans is waiting. They're like, me, I can send you, or I can explain to you what you need to do if your God has turned his back on you.
Right, he's abandoned you.
And that's what they want you to believe. They want you to believe he ain't coming. We got a lot of last day doctrine coming around. Oh, y'all still waiting on that? Yes, sir, we waiting patiently.
Yeah.
Right. These are the saints.
So, Brother,
Yes, ma'am.
even to this day, I hear
Yeah, lukewarm, the script called.
And they don't know which way to look. And I'm like, he said you gotta trust him.
That's right. And see, what's missing is doubt is brought in, but like I say, you haven't got your training. We see what the script say, train up a child.
That's right.
That means you have to, there's techniques to it when you're training a child. So y'all, as teachers in this word, we're little children to the Most High. So we're training up ourselves as children. Mm-hmm. And have to start over. It's almost like being born again, y'all.
Yeah.
To get rid of how we were made naked through man-made doctrines. We were made naked, y'all, when we were in these man-made doctrines. Baptist, Catholic, Jehovah's Witness, 7-day, what's more? All of them, y'all. All of those man-made doctrines made us naked. No clothes on because you can't defend it. Let's get some more. We're going to Leviticus. Or did we skip Luke? Huh? Oh, we got Leviticus? No, we didn't get Leviticus because we went to Sirach, didn't we?
Yeah, Sirach.
Okay. So we're going to Leviticus 19, 17, and 18. Y'all, and this the deal. If you love your brother as yourself, there should never be any problems. Shalom, my Raphael. There should never be any problems with your circle. Strife, debating cause problems within a brethren, that they always arguing and fighting. Mm-hmm. No, you don't love your brother. Right. What you're trying to do is get above your brethren or hold him in condemnation.
Exactly.
But if you love your brother, you're going to look out for him. You're going to make sure the path is safe. You ain't going to throw stumbling blocks in front of him. You're not going to question him and tempt him with evil like what God asked you to do, murder. Right. You wouldn't throw that down. You can't even tempt your brother. See, just cause you're the seed of Israel, all Israel ain't Israel. Mm-hmm. Did we just read what Moses had to say who's on the Lord's side? And when he said, put the sword to the rest of them. Mm-hmm. Wasn't them brethren? Yeah. There was the other 11 tribes, a lot of them mixed in there, that had to go to the way of the dirt. Mm-hmm. Let's get some more. Where we at? Leviticus 19, 17, 18.
Reading in the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, start the reading in verse 17. Everybody there? Raphael?
Go ahead, I got it.
Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
What shalt thou not do?
Hate thine brother in thine heart.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
See, your neighbor is the ones who keep the same exact laws, statutes, and judgment. Mm-hmm. They are one love.
Right.
So there's no reason you should play a hate. And this is talking about play a hate. In thine heart. If you say to yourself, smiling and say, I can't stand you. Hey, brother, right. I can't stand you. In no way, shape, or form, hate thy brother in thy heart or in your mind, so to speak. You'll watch him then, see him going toward the pit and won't say nothing. Look the other way.
Right.
You would do that to a child when you got in that point. You could see a child heading out to the street and you look the other way. Traffic is heavy. That's how Satan wants you to hate your brother. So the Most High say, how you gonna love me?
Who you never seen.
You never seen. We're gonna get to that. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Did you read
verse 18?
Yes, sir.
Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. Uh-huh. But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Uh-huh. I am the Lord.
Y'all, once you do this, love your neighbor as yourself, and what we're talking about neighbor is believers in this word from Genesis to Revelation. If you hear anybody say, well, we don't know if that part been tampered with, that's not your brother. Right. That's not your neighbor. Right. That's someone ready to teach fear and doubt. Exactly. There's no safety there. Let's get some more, y'all. Luke 10:27. Y'all, it's easy to say one love. Easy to say that with your mouth. But this script, love is an action.
That's right.
See, it's in deed, in word and deed. You have to show what you mean.
That's right.
Be there for your brethren, you know, when he's going through a rough time. You understand? But only love him as you can love yourself. Don't put yourself in a burden where you say, man, I did that for you and you did this way. Well, you went too far with your love. And now it's making you hate. Anytime you do something good for somebody and you complain about it, it wasn't true love.
Right.
You just may have wanted to be seen of men or get an edge with that individual.
Right.
But you just showed your colors. Let's get some more.
The book of Luke, chapter 10 and verse 27.
Start about verse 25. Yeah, just back it up to 25.
The book of Luke, chapter 10 and verse 25.
Yes, sir.
And behold, a certain lawyer stood up and tempted him, saying, Master, what shall I do to inherit eternal life?
Do y'all see this? And lawyers is Pharisees and Sadducees. Tempting him. Notice what he was tempting him. What do I need to do to inherit eternal life? Now y'all think, well, how is that tempting him with evil? How is that? And all he asked him was a question. But it's how they brought that question. Like how these slicksters will bring that question. If God asked you to kill your child, would you do it? See, make it sound like it's a reasonable question, but creating doubt.
Right.
So this is how slick it can be. This simple. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 26.
Yeah.
He said unto him, What is written in the law? How readest thou?
So you see how the Most High turn it right back on you
Right.
to see where your study level at.
What's your
If you've been to basic training, or if you've been studying under men and you're in the hands of man.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 27. And he answering said, Thou shalt love the Most High thy Elohim with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy strength, and with all thy mind, and thy neighbor as thyself. And he said unto him, Thou hast answered right.
Right.
This do, and thou shalt live.
Now what did he do?
But he,
But who?
willing to justify himself, said unto Yeshua, And who is my neighbor?
Now look, he done quoted the law and he's still questioning.
Right.
Like he really don't understand it. That's that slickness, y'all.
Yeah.
That's that guile tongue. He answered like he understood it, but in his heart, he hated the Messiah.
Yeah.
The Pharisees hated the Messiah. All these individuals claiming that they love the Messiah or was once in this truth, now they done run off somewhere, they're in hireling status. They bring this slick type of talk and then just ask, well, who is my neighbor then, player? You know, who's your God if he tell you to kill your child? You understand?
Right.
After acknowledging this. See, just that little bit of edge, like I'm coming correct.
Right.
But in the back of my mind, I'm working just like my father, the deaf.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 30.
Yeah.
And Yeshua answering said, A certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and fell among thieves,
Yeah.
which stripped him of his raiment.
What them thieves do?
They stripped him of his raiment,
Uh-huh.
and wounded him, and departed, leaving him half dead.
Yo, they went upside his head. It was a powerful jack move. They told him, get out of them Jordans or whatever it was.
Right.
Them fancy sandals at the time, and they put some wood on his head. You know, because when you laying there and ain't got no shoes on,
Right.
shirt gone, a jacket gone, and you wounded. Go ahead.
Verse 31. And by chance there came down a certain priest that way. And when he saw him, he passed by on the other side.
Y'all see this? A priest
Right.
crossed the street.
Man of God.
Yeah, a man of God crossed the street like he didn't see him.
Right.
Wounded there. Go ahead.
Verse 32.
Yeah.
And likewise a Levite, when he was at the place, came and looked on him, and passed by on the other side.
Boy, just both of them. See, when we're talking about priests, we're royal priesthood. Like Moses was a priest, but then when the Levite come priest, we're talking about high priests now. Those who are really in charge and supposed to really look after the people. Now here he passes by. Go ahead.
Verse 33.
Yeah.
But a certain Samaritan.
A certain who?
Samaritan, as he journeyed, came where he was. And when he saw him, he had compassion.
What did he have on him?
He had compassion.
Now we got all Israel walking right past.
Right.
Even all that noise you hear, they got a class going on upstairs, a dance class, another group. So they may be jumping around a little bit. Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 34.
Yeah.
And went to him and bound up his wound.
Right.
Pouring in oil and wine. And set him on his own beast.
What did he do? Put him in his ride.
Yeah.
Picked him up, put some salve on him,
Yeah.
stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And brought him to an inn and took care of him.
So he took him to an inn, y'all. What we're talking about is just like a place for you traveler, a holiday inn. Same thing. And took him there. Got him off the streets.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 35.
Yeah.
And on the morrow when he departed, he took out 2 pence and gave them to the host and said unto him, take care of him.
Do what?
Take care of him. And whatsoever thou spendest more, when I come again, I will repay thee.
He said, look, I got you. Don't worry about it.
Right.
If he still need to be here one more day before he hit them streets again, I got you when I come back through. Go ahead.
Verse 36.
Yeah.
Which now of these 3 thinkest thou was neighbor unto him that fell among the thieves? And he said, he that showed mercy on him.
He that did what?
Showed mercy on him. Then said Yeshua unto him, go and do thou likewise.
So he like, look, you got to do the same.
Right.
And y'all, and this is in our minds, and when we're teaching these words, it's just not physical being beat up, but spiritually being beat up. These charlatans out here are wounding individuals, leaving them with headshots. You can understand it because all they do is strife and debate. They're leaving individuals with headshots on the ground, not building them back up, not seeking another's wealth, but intending on wounding them.
Right.
So y'all trying to prevent them from getting this word. And then just look like, well, you know, that's on them. That ain't on me. They should have studied to show they self-approved. That's how you feel about it?
Right.
It's like taking somebody to the hospital and say, well, you know, they ought to know why they here. You know, what the doctor gonna do for them. I just dropped them off at the door.
Right.
Well, they wounded, they hurt. What do you do? Just drop them off and leave them? It's like people that, you know, when somebody gets shot or something, they just pull up to the hospital, throw them out the car and peel off. Well, at least I took him to the hospital. But we don't know who he is. We don't know how he got in this condition.
Right.
You gone. Let's get some more of this. John 14, 12 through 17.
What was the last verse you read here?
37 says.
And you said John what?
14.
Okay.
Y'all, we got to get this basic training, y'all. It's impossible for you to deal with the wolf we're dealing with that created war in heaven. Y'all, this wolf conned 1/3 of the angels. I'm talking about all supernatural. You have to go into training to deal with him. But it ain't hard, y'all. It's something simple. He has a Achilles heel. He has something that will render him powerless. It's called keeping the commandments. And he will do what? Flee. He's a coward, y'all.
Thank you, Creator.
All of these doctrines, these new booty doctrines, are coward doctrines because they try to get rid of judgment. Those questions they're throwing to you is to make the Most High look like he's an unjust God. So that's what they're throwing at you, which would eventually, in your mind, say, well, it can't be a judgment day then.
Right.
If he doing wrong, why he want me to do right? Let's get some more.
We're going to the book of John next, right?
Yes, sir. Chapter 14,
Yep. 12 through 17.
12 through 17.
start with 11 first?
We start with 11.
You looking back? You want to go back further?
Just 9, verse 9. We'll start at verse 9.
Okay. All right, family. We're going to be reading in the book of John, chapter 14. Start the reading in verse 9. And it reads, Yeshua saith unto him, Have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me? Philip, he that hath seen me hath seen the Father. And how sayest thou then, Show us the Father? Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and the Father in me?
Yes, sir.
The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me. He doeth the works. Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake.
See, you see this one love, he say, look, love is an action. If y'all don't believe what I'm saying, then just watch the works that I'm doing. It's either going to show the devil or it's going to show the Most High. One or the other. Y'all ain't got to look at me. Just watch what I'm doing. That's going to prove it.
Right. No,
that sets everything to right. Don't look at my clothing. Don't look at that. Just watch these actions.
Watch how I get out.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 12.
Yeah.
Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the work that I shall do, he do also. And greater works than those shall he do, because I go unto my Father. And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son.
So don't get this twisted when he's saying you should do greater works than these. All he's telling you is that what the Holy Spirit put on y'all and what y'all see me do, there's more work coming.
Right.
This is not saying that you're going to do greater works than the Messiah.
Right.
He said, no, you do greater works than what I already showed you. There's more coming.
Right.
There's speaking in tongues when you get sent out to the world. You're going to have more powerful gifts. You're going to experience like Paul did when he stuck his hand in that wood and that viper and he just shook them off.
Right.
And they say he's a God. Those type of things had not been done yet, that were personal attack was hitting you and the Spirit delivered you. You know, because see, while the Most High was with us, he had to tell Peter, he's like, Satan has sought to sift you like wheat. I had to pray for you. Satan had put a mark on Peter. He said, I'm getting him. You think what I did to Job and how I tried Abraham with his trial, I'm getting you, Peter. I'm after you. And the Most High got wind. Satan on the hit for Peter.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
The book of John, chapter 14 and verse 14.
Yeah.
If ye shall ask anything in my name,
Yes.
I will do it. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
Please read that again.
If ye love me, keep my commandments.
If you don't know what the commandments are, you cannot love him.
That's right.
You'll be loving sayings
Right.
and what you think the Bible is saying. But if you love him, you will know what he requires to be around him. You know, because people got problems like today, they'll mix street knowledge with the law of the courthouse. You know what I'm saying? You can't bring that street law up into the courthouse. You think they want to hear that?
Right.
All of that, snitches get stitches and different things like that. What the law say, if you're summoned to court about a crime you saw and you don't go, those sins are on you. He ain't telling you to snitch. He's talking about if you see something and somebody know you saw and they come to you, you can't say I'm worried about Leroy down the block. You got to tell, because Leroy coming in your house next.
Right.
He's not asking you just to hold your hand up. Yeah, I saw it too. He say if you're summoned to court because someone say he saw it, or they come for your Ring door camera about a crime, You have to come forth with, because if you don't and you're worried about what's happening on the street, you're just allowing the street to gain steam like that. You think they're going to come and give you a pat on the back? Oh, you a good soldier, bro.
Right,
you
right.
didn't tell on me about the wrongdoing.
Yeah, no doubt.
You think, how long you think they're going to fly before they pull that on you?
Right.
Y'all ain't nobody saying snitching is a street rule. And what they mean is, understand the street rule. If me, you, and somebody else go rob a bank, and you tell on me after you get caught, you snitching in. That's what snitching is. But if you see your mama in the bank and you see some robbers go in there, and then there's few people get killed in there, and you witnessing that, you gonna be in the next bank if you don't say nothing about it, y'all. You have to hate evil. And evil don't come down to about being fearful of men.
Right.
You have to fear the Most High. What the hell I'm scared about them down there? They don't even want to go to the penitentiary. That's why they threaten it. Yeah. If they weren't worried about going to the penitentiary, they wouldn't be threatening you to keep them out of it.
Right.
They don't want to have to address their bad behavior. But you cannot, according to Ezekiel 33, let that pass.
Right.
What you got, sis?
I just want to a confirmation because the neighborhood where I live at, I've lived there longer than most of the people over there, and everybody, different ones appear to be neighborly neighbors, and they started reporting the stuff that I do on my property, and like collecting the clothes and sorting the clothes out, putting them in bags every day, and donating them to the Salvation Army. The time was I give food to a lot of people on the block, and when they broke in my house, then whoever broke in looked like they were trying to steal the food and the toiletries that I gave away, the clothes that I donated to the drug rehabilitation facility. They gonna report it to the city of St. Louis.
So basically what you're saying, sis, is your good works, they're attacking them, but they themselves break into your house. You know, so we understand that, y'all, and that's what we're talking about. Attacking for good works. You can feed them and they still attacking you.
But the point being, the city inspector just happened to been coming down the street one day when I was on my way home with the clothes and stuff that I told you about washing, donate. And at nighttime, I go on the porch and sort them out and bag them up. So the city inspector was just pulling up, and I asked him if he was, because I could see on the sign of his card he was the inspector. But when he saw the fact that I was blessing people with clothes, and then yes, a lot of stuff that be on my front porch, but it's different stuff moving, it keeps moving. And when he saw, and I explained to him what I did with the stuff, and yes, I told him there's a lot of stuff that's on my porch. I said, but first of all, it's my property, and the nosy neighbors need to follow me as I follow Christ, doing good, blessing people that need it. But the point being, he told me that from now on, if there's any complaints against my property, every time he gets the report, he's gonna waiver it, because he saw that
You were doing a good work.
Yeah, it was evidence, but the point being, the devil has the spirit in people hating when you do good. But if I was a nigga selling dope,
Oh yeah, you'd be good.
all that type of stuff, then I'd be in fellowship with everybody over there.
Absolutely.
And then they probably be trying to kill me.
And what you have to do, like I say, sis, that same inspector, you have to call them and tell them they broke in my house also. Look, you have to, listen what I'm saying. You have to stop this, because that's what they do next. You got to show them not only that your heavenly Father is supporting the actions that you're doing, and also that if them popos ride down the street, they're going to get them in check, because that corrects street justice. You know, so you have to follow the law completely. You have to make sure, like say, you're in the right, because some people look at it and say, if you roll past and saw a bunch of things on the front porch, you say you bringing the neighborhood down.
And they try
So,
to steal my car.
oh well, you know what I'm talking about. Call them. Call on them and tell them so they'll quit doing it, because what they need to go around the streets is she'll call the police on you.
Exactly.
Let's get some more, y'all. We're going to get caught up. Where we at?
Back in the book of John, chapter 14 and verse 16.
Yes, sir.
And it reads, and I will pray the Father.
Hold it down, y'all. Go ahead.
And he shall give you another comfort.
What he going to give you?
Another comfort. That he may abide with you forever.
So the Messiah had to leave. He said, but I'll never leave you. I'm not a hireling.
That's right.
When I go back, I'm going to send you power and protection that where you'll do the things that I do. That's why I say you'll do greater work. You ain't doing Christ's work. You can't do what he did because you're a sinner. But you'll do greater works like healing the sick, raising the dead, those things but there's greater things coming behind that. And what the greater thing is to convince yourself first of the love of the Most High, and then show that love toward your brother. That's powerful in itself. There's no gift above that. See, we could think doing small things, but if you don't love your brother like yourself, then you'd have missed the mark on this. You're wasting your time technically, because two have to walk together. And how can they walk together unless they agree?
Amos 3 and 3.
That's what we're talking about. Let's get some more.
Verse 17.
Yeah.
Even the Spirit of truth.
Even the Spirit of what?
Of truth. Whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him. But ye know him, for he dwelleth with you, and shall be in you.
Now, y'all see how that one love is? So when you say one love, this is what you're talking about. Love my neighbor as myself. If you say one love to somebody and you don't have this in you, you false flag, as these youngins say.
Oh, yeah.
You're perpetrating.
Yeah.
Looking the part, acting the part, but inside you're full of dead men bones. Because you want to see the death of them. When you try to introduce fear, you're tempting with evil. Anytime you ask somebody about these scriptures and you try to plant in their mind that God is a lawbreaker of his own laws, 1 Corinthians 6 and 9 and Ezekiel 18, you're saying your God don't even believe that himself. Just for a second, if you doubt that, you're going to be chasing the wind. Next, you'll have aluminum fall on your head, trying to ward off some things. And you end up trusting man under those circumstances. Put some aluminum foil on your head. 5G won't get you.
No.
And you still got the phone in your hand.
Yeah.
Where we going?
We're
To the book of Adam and Eve?
Yeah.
Y'all, this is what we have to do, because after Adam and Eve, the Most High, after he had to throw them out of the garden, Satan wasn't through with him. He tried to come back because of the mercy the Most High was showing. Because technically, he could have ended what we know now as humanity and started all over again. But he did not. So Satan tries to get in. Just like y'all, we come out of the world and we start doing right. That's when Satan coming again to muddy you back up.
Exactly.
He like, you knew you couldn't do that.
Right.
Let's get some more. Y'all, we're in the book of Adam and Eve. If y'all, Tubai put a link out there.
I didn't put a link out there yet. I'm gonna put out.
Okay. So y'all can read along. Sister Karen, I'm gonna send you this link.
Okay.
And all you have to do is just pull it up.
I think bro got a question out there.
Who got a question out there? Because y'all, we like to read and make sure everybody is getting all the basic training and learning that we need. Y'all, we cannot send you out as soldiers among these wolves and you ain't got no fighting skills.
Right.
You cannot bluff to death.
You a baker. He thought he said a banger.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
You out there throwing biscuits.
Throwing biscuits. No. That ain't the bread he said every man should live by.
Right. You see that question too, by?
Oh,
What'd it say? You can run. What'd it
Okay.
say?
go ahead, go ahead.
This is Young Wise Brew. He has a question.
Shalom, young wise brew.
He says, all praises to the Most High and His Son, and Shabbat Shalom, family. Quick question. I'm dealing with some brother who trying to twist Paul, and I stumbled on Acts 22 and 9 and Acts 9 and 7. I'm curious to see if Brother Daniel came up with the same response I did after observing the script. Poor Paul, they always trying to twist my brother in. I'm tired of it. And Paul said they wrestle with my word.
That's what it say. You know, to their own what? Destruction.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but 22 and 9, and they that was with me saw indeed the light and were afraid, but they heard not the voice of him that spake to me. And I said, what shall I do, Lord? So, yeah, it's that same scripture talking about some people heard it, some people did. Look, that's all throughout the scripture. What are you talking about?
Elisha said,
That was the same thing with Moses.
They give him that 2 Peter 3:15 through 18.
Yeah, so y'all, this is what they're doing, y'all. This is what we're talking about. What he's trying to do is contradictory of the Bible. He's trying to give you two scriptures that he thinks means opposite things. But when you understand even the road to Damascus, let's go back to Acts 10th chapter, and he'll tell you that those men that are around, all he doing is repeating Acts 10th chapter. You understand what I'm saying? That's all Paul is doing. What they're doing is, this is what we're talking about, the deceivers at high levels. That where they're trying to confuse you with, well, see, that Acts, he said it right here, and then he said different over here. It's the same language. It's the same thing. Nothing has changed. And when you're talking about, I heard the voice, but they didn't hear it. Elijah did the same thing. The men around me didn't hear what was being said. Some things are personal. Look, when they sold Joseph into captivity, and he was crying, and Joseph heard a voice. The men didn't hear it. They just started whooping on it and saying, get up from there. See, when the Most High speaks, when his power speaks, it's speaking to that individual. He may do it through thunder and lightning. You know, it's like a couple late last month, we had some what was it called? Snow. What is it called?
Snow.
Thunder snow. Certain people say, I didn't hear it. Everybody else heard it, but you understand there's something that we've never heard that before. Okay. Who was that, bro?
What the extra script said, bro? We need an extra script.
Okay, right here. We got something right here. Oh, we got this small print. You wear glasses? Okay, we got some scripts right here. So it may be a little small print, but it may be a larger print in the closet in there. Okay. All praise.
Praise to the Father.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, well, we got a couple more right there. Yeah, look, and y'all got smartphones. If y'all got smartphones, pull them smartphones up. You know, they have every version of the Bible in it. But that's all. Young wise bro, what he's doing to you is the same thing. It's trying to get you to doubt the word. That's saying the other people didn't hear it. That's all throughout the scriptures. When they was up on a lot of time when people hear power from God, they crash on their face and they saying, I didn't hear it. Or like Peter on the rooftop, y'all. It's multiple occasions for this. But that's what they do. The next one they gonna bring you is when it say, David numbered Israel, or did Satan cause him to do it? They're gonna run that one on you too. When you understand the ways of the Most High, you understand that when you're reading that when David refused to do what the Lord said, Satan got him to number at that point because he was warring in his mind. Should I do it or shouldn't I? Because the Most High don't want us to ever number ourselves to where a nation can get a lock on how many of us it is around. David failed to do that because he was trusting in his own might at that one point. But guess what David did? Lord, you told me not to do that. Put your punishment on me. Put your punishment on me. So it's just that contradictory doctrine that they'll try to run on you to make you doubt the script. But that's easy work, young wise Hebrew. These camps do it a lot. Go ahead. They always try to attack Paul, but you know what they won't attack Paul in? The bed is undefiled. Ask them about that one. That's the only script they love for Paul because it allowed them to get into fornication. They love Paul for that one. What you got to do about it?
He's saying, young wise brew is saying from my observation, They heard a voice, but not Christ. They heard Paul's voice, but the light was so bright they couldn't see the man speaking. But they heard Paul speaking, but couldn't see it.
Well, the light always blinds you and knock you back. But like I say, this is at Mount Sinai. See, we have to go back further than what Paul is experiencing right here. Because remember, when Moses came down, they couldn't see it. When the Lord thundered, they say, we don't want to hear him. We don't want to hear nothing he got to say. You go talk to him. Right. It's too powerful for us. Right. See, you can block the Lord talking to you and not see what's going on. This was a personal testimony that Paul was dealing with. If you understand what I'm saying, this is a personal walk. That's why Paul is explaining it, but we can't just do it there. We will have to go back into Acts 10th chapter. All Paul is doing in them verses, each man asks, what made you change from being a Pharisee? He said, on the road to Damascus. It was men with me, but they didn't see the vision. The vision wasn't for the other men. The vision was for Paul. To bring him to know. The other men wasn't killing Israelites. Paul was the leader. He had to get in him first. It straightened him out. If you convince the leader, then you got everybody else around. Like if you go in a church, ain't no need you going in and attacking everybody. If you bring the preacher to understanding, the congregation then will say, he got our leader.
If you attack the head, the body will fall.
That's what we're talking about, y'all. So bro, we'll get a little bit deeper into it. It's just we got a few scriptures we got to cover right now. But that's all it is. Go back into Acts 10th chapter and start there with Paul, and then get into those further acts, and you understand it perfectly at that point. It's not contradicting itself. The Bible don't do that.
Bruce say, okay, I see now. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. You'll get a clear understanding, because a lot of time people go into trances. But once again, go also in that book of Genesis when Joseph ran to his mother's grave. Check that out and see what you get out of that understanding. And those slave masters didn't hear what he was hearing, and they just started beating him. So it ain't happening with Paul only. You can get back into the book of Genesis and you'll see the same thing. Thank you, Mo. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So go ahead, where we at?
We're going into the book of Adam and Eve in the lost books.
Yeah, we're going to the book of Adam and Eve. Bro, if you don't have a smartphone, we're going into the lost books. We read books outside the Bible as long as they keep the law of God. They cannot break the law of God. The Bible, 66 books, is a summary of all the books that are out there. Mm-hmm. But there's individual books that go day by day, right, week by week. Exactly. The Bible is a summary. It's hundreds of years. It may jump 1,000 years. But all those books that we read that's included will always keep the law. If they break the law, get rid of it.
That's right. And Tuba, what did you say this LX is 60?
That's 61. That LX1 is 61, and that LX is 60.
Okay, so we're starting in chapter 60 of Adam and Eve.
Chapter 6.
6E. 60. All right, everybody there?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just looking at something else real quick.
The book of Adam and Eve, chapter 60 and verse 1. Then on the 89th day,
on the 89th day?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you might want 61 first, because that's what you had on that on your phone.
You want 61 first?
61.
Yeah. Hold on. I want them back to back. Right. LX then LX1.
Okay,
that's how I want. I want LX first.
Oh, okay. So he was reading right then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just have to make sure Daniel all right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then on the 89th day, Satan came to the cave.
And this is after Adam and Eve were run out of the Garden of Eden. Most High put them in a safe spot called a cave, but Lucifer ain't stopped.
Right.
Because the Most High didn't put Adam and Eve to death and get rid of them to where he could continue to run planet Earth. Remember Revelation 12 where it says there was a war in heaven and the devil was thrown out. Mm-hmm. And he's waiting on earth for the new creation. Go ahead.
Satan came to the cave. clad in a garment of light.
See how he was clad, but it says the devil masquerade as an angel of what?
Light.
See, so that's in the Bible, so we still on point with what we're reading. Go ahead.
And girt about with a bright girdle. In his hands was a staff of light, and he looked most awful, but his face was pleasant, and his speech was sweet. He thus transformed himself in order to deceive Adam and Eve, and to make them come out of the cave.
And to make them do what?
Come out of the cave.
That's Satan's whole job, to make you come out of your safety spot in your mental. Come out of there. Come out of there, and I'm going to show you something better. Leave your protection. Like people would try to get you to come out of your house when we was children. Right. Come on outside and play. My mama told me we can't come out till she get off from work. Do they stop at that point? What they try to do is then tell you your mother's schedule to make you think they understand. Look, I see her leave at 8, get in that cab, and that cab don't bring her back to 4:30.
Right.
You got time to come out and play and disobey your parents' commandments. And you open that door. You know what happened after that? Go ahead, bro.
Ere they had fulfilled the 40 days.
Uh-huh.
For he said within himself, now that when they had fulfilled the 40 days fasting and praying, Yah would restore them to their former estate.
See, that's what he was trying. All they had to do was fast 40 days to be back to their first estate, meaning back in the righteousness of God. They still got to die. Because once they sinned in righteousness, you have to die like Satan sinned in righteousness. He had to die eternally.
The wages of sin.
The wages of sin is what?
Death.
Let's get some more.
But if he did not do so, he would still be favorable to them. And even if he had not mercy on them, would he yet give them something from the garden to comfort them, as already twice before? Then Satan drew near the cave in this fair appearance.
And what kind of appearance?
In this fair appearance.
Y'all, he was looking good. I don't care what movie y'all watch. You ain't gonna never see the devil with horns on his head. The devil's always in a 3-piece suit. Y'all want to see a good movie of how the devil work? Watch Al Pacino in The Devil's Advocate. When you watch that, y'all gonna know exactly what we're talking about. He's always, and when you watch Angel Heart with Lisa Bonet in it, and that's the most satanic day on earth, it's called April 1st, Beltane's Eve. When you see who played the devil in that one, a 3-piece suit looking sharp, well groomed, because he know he can't come to you roaring like a lion. You'll run away then.
Always appealing to the eye.
Always appealing to the eye to get you off your game. Go ahead.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
Then Satan drew near the cave in his fair appearance, and said, O Adam, rise ye, stand up, thou and Eve, and come along with me to a good land, and fear not. I am flesh and bones like you. And at first I was a creature that Yahweh created. And it was so that when he had created me, he placed me in a garden in the north, on the border of the world.
So now he's lying because he's perpetrating being the Messiah. Notice though the tip-off point, he said he put me in the north. When you read Ezekiel 1:28, Satan and Isaiah 14 chapter, Satan was on the north side. That's where he was. So he's technically telling you who he is just to see if you understand that the Most High came from the west gate, from the east gate, not the north, to give you instruction. Satan, that was his pathway, the sides of the north. So he's basically telling him, and he's got already his instructions, which way truth gonna come from. He didn't just slip north in there because he's trying to get him to go off of his look. He looked like an angel. He looked like an angel. But that quick, y'all, just north versus east or west, that quick, you can lose your faith by just one word. One direction, I should say. Different from what you were given. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 8. And he said to me, abide here, and I abode there according to his word. Neither did I transgress his commandment. Then he made a slumber to come over me, And he brought thee, O Adam, out of my side.
See, now he's saying you were formed like Eve was formed from you. Y'all understand? But we come from the Messiah like that. Let us make man. Satan wasn't including that. He was already cast out of heaven.
Right.
Y'all understand? But he's trying to make Adam think flesh-wise, not spiritual. You were made just like your wife was made. They took a rib from me and made you too.
Right.
Go ahead.
But did not make thee abide by me. But Yah took thee in his divine hand, and placed thee in a garden to the eastward.
To the what word?
To the eastward.
And see, he's coming north. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That's the trick. Read Ezekiel 1:28, Isaiah 14 chapter. You're going to see what Lucifer had access through and the ways of the north. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Then I grieved because of thee, for that while Yah had taken thee out of my side, he had not let thee abide with me. But Yah said unto me, grieve not because of Adam, whom I brought out of thy side. No harm will come to him. For now I have brought out of his side a helpmeet for him.
See how he running it? Look, it's the same way, y'all.
Right.
Look, he doing it like they did it too. But that's not what the book of 2nd Enoch chapter 30 says different on why he formed Eve.
Right.
It was to see if he would chase his nature.
Right.
His flesh of his flesh and bone of his bone. So we see how Satan playing the game, just one direction leads you down a dead-end street. If it say keep going straight and make a right, why are you making a left? Let's get some more.
And I have given him joy by so doing. Verse 14.
Yeah.
Then Satan said again, I did not know how it is ye are in this cave, nor anything about this trial that has come upon you, until Yah said to me, behold, Adam has transgressed, he whom I had taken out of thy side, and Eve also, whom I took out of his side, and I have driven them out of the garden, and I have made them dwell in a land of sorrow and misery, because they transgressed against me, and have hearkened to Satan. And lo, they are in suffering unto this day, the 80th. Then Yah said unto me, arise, go to them, and make them to come to thy place, and suffer not that Satan come near them, and afflict them, for they are now in great misery, and lie helpless from hunger. He further said to me, when thou hast taken them to thyself, give them to eat of the fruit of the tree of life, and give them to drink of the water of peace, and clothe them in a garment of light, and restore them to their former state of grace, and leave them not in misery, for they came from thee. But grieve not over them, nor repent of that which has come upon them.
So this is what Satan is trying to teach Adam and Eve. This is what God didn't want you to know.
Right.
This is how he made them naked, to trust in somebody else and the way how they were created.
Right.
Excuse me. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 17. But when I heard this, I was sorry, and my heart could not patiently bear it for thy sake, O my child. But, O Adam, when I heard the name of Satan, I was afraid, and I said within myself, I will not come out, lest he ensnare me, as he did my children, Adam and Eve. And I said, O Yahweh, when I go to my children, Satan will meet me in the way, and war against me. And he did against them. Then Yah said unto me, fear not, when thou findest him, smite him with the staff that is in thine hand, and be not afraid of him, for thou art of old standing, and he shall not prevail against thee. Then I said, O my Lord, I am old, and cannot go. Send thy angels to bring them. But Yah said unto me, angels, verily, are not like them, and they will not consent to come with them. But I have chosen thee, because they are thy offspring, and like thee, and will hearken to what thou sayest. Yah said further to me, if thou hast not strength to walk, I will send a cloud to carry thee, and alight thee at the entrance of their cave.
See, what Satan is doing here is doing the same thing in Matthew 4 that he did to the Messiah. He's questioning in the same way. You ain't ate in 40 days, I know, because you've been fast. Command these stones be made bread. The Messiah answered with the word, man shall not live by what?
Bread.
But by what?
Every word that proceeded
Then
out
he
of
tempted him and say, throw yourself off this cliff. See, what he's trying to do to the Messiah is the same thing he did to Adam, because these are the only two individuals in the Bible that are clearly who we can say are truly the Son of God. Both of them were born supernaturally with earthly mothers. Adam's mother was who? And who was his father? Yeshua's father was who? And his mother was from where? Dust like we are. These are the only two ever. We are sons of men. We're the offspring of Adam. So everywhere you see son of man, not the son of man, but what we're talking about is like prophets, like Jeremiah, Ezekiel, they say son of man. You're the offspring of Adam.
All right, family, we're going to be still reading in the book of Adam and Eve. Chapter 60. Is that what you said that is?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. The one that LX is 60.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get back into the script after this. We just wanted to show you how slick Satan was.
Say it again.
Well, I tell you, what verse you on? Read a couple more, then we're going to go ahead and jump to the next one for time's sake.
We almost there anyway.
We're almost there? Okay.
Yeah, we're
Go
at verse
ahead.
23.
Okay.
Verse 23 reads, Yah said further to me, if thou hast not strength to walk, I will send a cloud to carry thee and alight thee at the entrance of their cave. Then the cloud will return and leave thee there. And if they will come with thee, I will send a cloud to carry thee and them. Then he commanded a cloud, and it bare me up, and brought me to you, and then went back. And now, O my children, Adam and Eve, look at my hoar hairs, and at the feeble estate.
See, so what he wanted him to look, he said, look at my hair. It should be wool, but he said it's gray hair. That was another sin. I'm from the ancients. To trick him again. See, look at the outer cut.
Right.
Go ahead.
And at my feeble estate, and at my coming from that distant place. Come with me to a place of rest. Then he began to weep and to sob before Adam and Eve, and his tears poured upon the earth like water. And when Adam and Eve raised their eyes and saw his beard, and heard his sweet talk, their hearts softened towards him. They hearkened unto him.
Y'all see, now they saw the beard, so they thinking this, but give me real quick Amos 3:3, and this is where we want to explain how can two walk unless they agree, but it's saying something about what ran down his beard. See, this is an old tactic of Satan. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, yeah.
How can two walk together unless they be agreed? What's that, Amos 3:3?
Yeah.
Yeah, run that for me real quick, and then we're going to jump right back to this so you can see there's no different in this book than what we're already looking at when it's trying to bring forth one love or unity with the body. Y'all, we can't have mixed doctrine. You can't have a mixed guy. You can't have your own opinion. They're the 10 commandments, not the 10 suggestions. You can't suggest what you think it means. The Bible breaks itself down. If you want to understand what thou shall not kill mean, read Numbers 35th chapter. Read Ezekiel 18th chapter. It will explain that law so you don't get caught up. And then you'll understand when Solomon said there's a time to kill. Well, that would be contradictory if you didn't understand the Bible when it says thou shalt not kill. You shall not kill illegally. But if somebody come in your house And you hear screaming and hollering, and when you come out, she tied up naked, and he getting out of his clothes. Is there a time to kill?
Yes, sir.
Or are you going to turn around and look, baby, you on your own. I'm not supposed to kill. Be gentle.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Or you going to go to work. Is it going to be a time to kill? Because you have to be a protector of your household. You can't let nobody come in there. This is what we talking about, that street food. Is somebody kicking your door talking about home invasion? What you gonna do? Yeah. Right, mister. But, or you gonna holler, get out of here. You better cut that bad behavior out. Get out of here.
That's not gonna work.
No, that ain't gonna work. You know why it ain't gonna work? Because Moses took care of business like that when he had to put that Egyptian down that ran in that man's house and tied up his wife and raped her, and then was finna start on him. He broke loose and took off running. Happened to run into Moses. Moses looked both ways and put that individual down.
Yep.
And hid him in the sand. But guess who told on Moses? 2 other Israelites that was fighting, and he said, break it up, brothers. Y'all brothers. They like, oh, brothers like how you killed that Egyptian.
Right. What you gonna do to me?
What you gonna do to me? Go ahead.
Now you wanted Amos 3:3.
That's all I wanted is when the oil ran down his beard,
Well,
so we can
that's
see
Psalm
that.
133.
Psalm 133. You know what I
Yeah,
want,
that's
bro.
right.
Yeah. Y'all know what I want. Yeah, y'all get on.
All right, we're in the book of Psalms, chapter 133.
That's what I want.
And 1. And it reads.
Psalm 133?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. It's just 3 verses, so. But I'll wait for you, Micah.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. The book of Psalms, chapter 133 and verse 1. You there, Imam? You good? All right. And it reads, behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
See how good and how pleasant it is. Go ahead. What else it say?
Verse 2.
Yeah.
It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard.
So when we was in that Adam and Eve, you saw that Satan was faking it.
Right.
He said about the hoary head first, gray hair and that beard to try to get you, to lure you in, because we supposed to respect our elders. Y'all understand? So he will run an old man at you. Just like when Antiochus Epiphanes tried to get us when he destroyed the temple, he went and got the hoary head. The old elders, they like, look, just eat the pork and just make it taste like you eating lamb so we can get the rest of it. And he said, I'll never do that. I'll never break God's command. Y'all better kill me. I'm not going to eat pork and act like it's beef to fool my people so that they'll eat the king's meat. Y'all have to understand, when that time of temptation comes, you're going to be put on the line to see if you're going to break God's commandment when it's about making sure the rest of the flock don't get took.
Exactly.
Let's get some more. Go ahead.
That went down to the skirts of his garment, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Most High commanded the blessing, even life forevermore.
And that's where he commanded the same life when he put them out of the garden. So we're in the same area, but just wanted to touch on that to see how what Satan knew what unity was and how to try to trick you to believe that this the deal. But there's rules to the game. Satan knows every law in this Bible. His job is to get you to break the law, because he can't free case you. He can't go to the throne and say he broke this law and he planted law breaking on you. No, you of your free will must break God's law, and that's what Satan do. What you got to do about it?
I just want to give a second witness on that Psalm 133, which you were just reading.
Yes, sir.
Now, Ephesians 4:13, it says, till we come in the unity of the faith.
Till we come into the unity of the what?
Of the faith.
And the Messiah's faith. Go ahead.
And of the knowledge of the Son of God, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ.
So we have to understand, Satan is out to try to get you to look at another Messiah. Remember in the last days, many gonna come in my name saying, I'm who? Christ. And she'll do what? Deceive many. You had David Koresh. He's saying, I can unlock the seals, and then he have to do like this before he put on the Bible. Now, how you gonna heal the blind and you need the DOC? If you don't see that this is a charlatan, then something wrong.
Right.
If another individual tell you, I'm from on high, and they just left Walgreens with a prescription, how do you believe that individual is holy at that point?
He just must have meant he was on some high.
It must have got to be that. Let's get right back into it, y'all. We got to get caught up.
We're back in the book of Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
Verse 28, and I'll start it from the top because it's on
Yeah.
29. It reads, and when Adam and Eve raised their eyes and saw his beard, and heard his sweet talk, their hearts softened toward him. They hearkened unto him.
What kind of talk they hear? Sweet talk.
Sweet talk.
See, that's how they come with sweet talk when the devil come for you. He talks sweet. Ask Eve, did God say? Oh, no. Yeah. Sweet talk. Like these sweet talkers that come now and say, if God asked you to kill your child, would you? I'm just saying, sweet talk. That's slick talk. I'm not really trying to bust your head with it. I don't make it want to sound too rough. I just want to do it enough to where it creates doubt. God doesn't tempt with evil. Any man. Neither can he be tempted with evil. If anybody asks you a question concerning the Most High being a murderer, you have to shut it down. You can't even entertain it.
Right.
Go ahead.
Let's see. They heard his sweet talk. Their hearts softened toward him. They hearkened unto him.
What they do?
They hearkened unto him, for they believed he was true. And it seemed to them that they really were his offspring.
See, Satan convinced them that they were born of him, not of we're born of Messiah. You understand? In the spiritual. He like, y'all really my children. So this is about taking on two different doctrines. That's why he told the Pharisees, y'all are like y'all father, the devil. Y'all taking his cup. Y'all study from his perspective. He said, if y'all had known who I was, the Messiah, y'all wouldn't even be asking me these questions.
Yeah.
The devil don't make the blind see. Right. The devil don't make the lame walk. He cripple you. He blind you from seeing truth. Yeah. Go ahead.
29 again.
Yeah.
And it seemed to them that they really were his offspring when they saw that his face was like their own, and they trusted him.
See, but what they saw, his face like their own. Satan was a sinner and got thrown out. They sinned in the garden and got thrown out. That's why his face was similar to theirs. Right. See, a naysayer gonna come to you in like manner, and we're gonna get to some scripts here in the New Testament that there's a term you call for individuals like this. It's a term you use for they are a curse. But we'll get to it. Y'all see what I'm speaking of. Go ahead.
Chapter 61.
Yeah.
Verse 1. Then he took Adam and Eve by the hand and began to bring them out of the cave. But when they were come a little way out of it, Yah knew that Satan had overcome them.
What y'all know?
That Satan had overcome them. And had brought them out ere the 40 days were ended, to take them to some distant place.
See, 40 days, y'all, that's a key word. We read that last time. You read it in Leviticus 13th chapter as well, when it talks about a woman. If she have a girl child, she can't come back into 80 days. And for a boy child, 40 days. So he knew that they had fasted 40 days, and he was trying to get them to muddy themselves right back up.
That's why he came on the 39th
day. You understand what I'm saying? Right before you get the understanding, here he come again to muddy you up.
Yeah.
He don't quit. He's a terminator. His end is the lake of fire. He ain't got time to be messing around and wait. He's got to get company. And his company is based off of us not knowing the law of God. What God tells us was right and wrong. Let's get some up.
Satan had overcome them and had brought them out ere the 40 days were ended, to take them to some distant place and to destroy them. Then the word of the Most High Yah came again and cursed Satan and drove him away from them. And Yah began to speak unto Adam and Eve, saying to them, what made you come out of the cave?
What happened? What he asked him?
What made you come out of the cave
Uh-huh.
unto this place? Then Adam said unto Yah, didst thou create a man before us? For when we were in the cave, there suddenly came unto us a good old man who said to us, I am a messenger from Yah unto you, to bring you back to some place of rest. And we did believe, O Yah, that he was a messenger from thee. And we came out with him, and knew not whither we should go with him. Then Yah said unto Adam, see, that is the father of evil arts.
See, the father of evil arts. Look like they with you. Look like they talking for you.
Right.
But yet they of evil arts. Craft, y'all. When I'm talking about evil arts is like witchcraft. Satanism.
Yep.
Arts. That's what they call it. Witchcraft arts. So he come in quick, just like you have individuals talk that good game, speak all that Hebrew, and the next thing you know, they're introducing crystals, they're introducing karma, they're introducing all of these things to you of evil arts, moon worship, the whole nine. Go ahead, bro.
Who brought thee and Eve out of the garden of delights. And now, indeed, when he saw that thou and Eve both joined together in fasting and praying, and that you came not out of the cave before the end of the 40 days, he wished to make your purpose vain.
What he wished to make it?
To make your purpose vain.
So it had been 40 days
Wasted.
of fasting wasted.
Yep.
Go ahead.
To break your mutual bond, to cut off all hope from you, and to drive you to some place where he might destroy you, because he was unable to do aught to you, unless he showed himself in the likeness of you. Therefore did he come to you with a face like your own, and begin to give you tokens as if they were all true. But I, in mercy and with the favor I had unto you, did not allow him to destroy you.
You see that mercy again that we read in that Sirach 2? His majesty equals his mercy.
Yep.
So y'all, that's what it's speaking of. Go ahead.
But I drove him away from you. Now, therefore, O Adam, take Eve, and return to your cave, and remain in it until the morrow of the 40th day. And when ye come out, go toward the eastern gate of the garden.
What gate he say go through?
To the eastern gate of the garden.
Satan came from the north, didn't he?
Yep.
Right.
See, so y'all, this is what I'm talking. Just that quick misdirection will have you down the wrong avenue and head to the lake of fire. Y'all, we already got one foot in the grave and the other one on the banana peel. We can't take no shorts. The devil gonna come crafty. He gonna make it sound good. But if you don't know these laws, statutes, and judgment, you haven't studied to show thyself approved, you're going to be in trouble
That's right.
of your own free will. Go ahead.
Verse 12.
Yeah.
Then Adam and Eve worshipped Yah, and praised and blessed him for the deliverance that he had come to them from him. And they returned toward the cave. This happened at eventide of the 39th day.
Now look, that tells you that at eventide mean when the street lights come on. Because sundown would have been the 40th day.
Exactly.
Satan is coming right there.
Yeah.
So you can take sin into another day. Now all of it's wiped away. All that good work you did. 39 days and 3 hours short. Long. 39 days, 3 hours, you finna blow it all.
Right.
Get to the finish line and stumble. You good, Two-By? Huh? Two-By? We ain't off, is we? Okay, bro. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
My bad.
Don't do me like that, Two-By. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, bro.
Verse 13.
Yeah.
Then Adam and Eve stood up, and with great zeal prayed to Yah to be brought out of their want for strength, for their strength had departed from them, through hunger and thirst and prayer. But they watched the whole of that night praying until morning. Then Adam said unto Eve, Arise, let us go toward the eastern gate of the garden as Yah told us. And they said their prayers as they were, and they said their prayers as they were wont to do every day. And they went out of the cave to go near to the eastern gate of the garden.
Y'all see now they're following directions now,
Exactly.
not going toward the north, not being misled that quick of direction. Go ahead.
Verse 16.
Yeah.
Then Adam and Eve stood up and prayed, and besought Yah to strengthen them, and to send them something to satisfy their hunger. But when they had ended their prayer, they remained where they were by reason of failing strength. Then came the word of Yah again, and said unto them, O Adam, arise, go and bring hither 2 figs. Then Adam and Eve arose, and went until they drew near to the cave.
That's it on that?
Yeah,
we can hold our y'all. So we see that they had to get back right in line again because God thrown out and here he come again to stop your being born again, to get back in. Here they come, cracking your head again. The devil ain't gonna never quit y'all when you on this walk. He ain't gonna never stop, and he gonna always use somebody that look just like you, who you trust. Somebody that look just like you. This is what we're talking about. You give all these scriptures about about what angels look like. Don't angels look just like black men? But how then do you say the devil, which was an angel, is a white man?
Right.
See, that's just that misdirection. And then he get to come looking just like you and woo you in. It wasn't no white man that tricked us into believing in the white Jesus. It's the one that looked just like you. The preacher looked just like you. Wooed you into that.
Yep. Never thought about it that way.
Look, Farrakhan got a picture of fraud Muhammad on his wall and make everybody else put a picture. That's a white man. Guess what he say the reason that is? That's so you can understand he had to come looking like the devil so that you wouldn't fall for his tricks. You even slicker than we thought you was, sinister Farrakhan.
Right.
No, you the devil. You the dog.
Yeah, deceiver.
I'm going to tell you who the children of Israel, according to the Bible, the next thing you saying, white men was created in a laboratory by some mad scientist. That ain't what Genesis 25 tell us, how he was formed in the belly.
Right.
And what's his tribal origin. Let's get some more, y'all.
We're going to be going to the book of Isaiah next. Yeah,
Isaiah.
the book of Isaiah chapter 41.
Y'all, we're going to speed this on up throughout the Bible, y'all, so that we kind of get caught up, y'all. But what we're talking about is to love your brothers. The devil is not our brother. Anybody that looks like us and telling you to break God's commandments or be fearful and doubtful is not your brother. Skin folk ain't kin folk.
That's right.
Spiritually.
Say, who is my mother?
Who is my brother?
You will my father.
Yes, ma'am. Isaiah 41. We're going to start the reading in about verse 21. 21. Let's see. All right, family. We're going to be reading in the book of Isaiah, chapter 41 and verse 21. And it reads, "Produce your cause, saith the Most High."
Do what?
Produce your cause, saith the Most High.
And this is anybody that's talking about a God different than the Bible. This is the test. This is how you test if somebody who's ever saying they God, they should be able to do this test. If they can't do this test, you want to believe a lie.
Exactly.
Go ahead, what it say?
Bring forth your strong reasons, said the king of Jacob. Let them bring them forth, and show us what shall happen. Let them show the former things what they be.
Let us go in the past and see what they're talking about. Go ahead.
That we may consider them, and know the latter end of them, or declare us things for to come.
Or tell us what's coming in the future. Run anything outside the book of Revelation. What you got outside the book of Revelation, because it's going to end on Judgment Day.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Verse 23. Show the things that are to come hereafter, that we may know that we are God's. Yeah, do good or do evil, that we may be dismayed and behold it together. Behold, ye are of nothing.
You of what?
Nothing. And your work of naught. An abomination is he that chooseth you.
It's you are an abomination if you choose anybody saying this word is tampered with. I don't care how they twist it. Every word of it is pure. How you going to have your hands on a tampered piece of work and expect Judgment Day to go well?
Right.
How you going to even, on that Sirach 2 where it says his majesty equals his mercy, how you think he's going to judge you and know his word been tampered and you'd have been tampered with? All they got you, didn't they? That's right. I see they got you. Come on in. No, Satan don't play like that. It's these ones that look just like you play evil with you like that. They the deaf. The ones that look just like you because their patience ran out. They couldn't endure until the end, so now they want you to take the shortcut with them. You riding on their handlebars going the wrong way. Rear end already sore from that one boat to keep the gooseneck tight.
Boy, don't play.
And you done jumped on them handlebars.
You tripping.
Yeah, you tripping.
We're going to be going to the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 13 next. Yes, ma'am. Everybody there? Let me get back over here. The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 13, and verse 4. And it reads, charity suffereth long.
How long do charity suffer it?
It suffereth long.
And charity ain't just given to an organization. Charity, true charity, is loving your brother.
Exactly. And is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself.
See, charity don't do that. It don't uplift itself. Y'all listen to me. I'm the big muckety muck. I'm chief. I'm that. I'm chief this. I'm charity.
Right.
Charity don't do that. Charity seeks another's wealth. So we all walk together.
Exactly.
Side by side. Not behind an individual. The Messiah didn't even say, y'all walk behind me. Go ahead.
Is not puffed up. Doth not behave itself unseemly. Seeketh not her own. Is not easily provoked. Thinketh no evil.
Do what? Thinketh what?
No evil.
See, if that individual that came to you was about charity, never would have asked you to question the Most High on if he came to you and asked you something. He gave you life and you questioning this. You begged him for children and you're questioning this. If he asked you if you kill your child for one, Isaac was not a child. Isaac was 37 years old. That's the first thing of that slick stuff. Don't want you to know.
Right.
Got you thinking this a 5-year-old boy carrying his own wood to his death to be killed illegally. With smooth talk. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
But then
Yes, ma'am.
charity speaks ill of his brother.
Charity don't speak ill of his brother.
Nah.
It will never speak ill. And what I'm talking about is to put him in the dirt. Go ahead. Where we at? And what I wanted to also tell young wise brew also, he can get into Jasher, the book of Jasher 42 and start about verse 30, and you'll go into all the way down to verse 30, all the way down to verse 46, and you'll see the same thing that when Joseph fell on his face, you know, when he reached his mother's grave and he heard a voice, but them Ishmaelites didn't hear nothing, and they just beat him up from the grave. But it's always they fall into like a trance or an out-of-body experience. This is what Paul was experiencing on the road to Damascus. But see, those that try to fool you try to keep everything flesh and move the supernatural out of the way.
Right.
So on, man. Let's get it. Where we at?
Back in the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 13, and we're in verse 6. And it reads, "Rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth. Beareth all things.
Yes, sir.
Believeth all things.
Do what?
Believeth all things. Hopeth all things. Endureth all things."
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And see, and that's what we're talking about. That's what true charity do, and that's true love. It's not just cause you can reach in your pocket and give something to somebody.
Right.
You may be just doing that for an advantage.
Exactly.
Or an angle.
Or just to be seen of me.
Or just to be seen of men. Absolutely. Let's roll.
We're going to be reading in the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 16. And we'll read that 14 through verses 24.
Yes, sir.
All right. The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 16 and verse 14. And it reads, "Let all your things be done with charity. I beseech you, brethren, ye know the house of Stephanus, that it is the first fruits of Achaia, and that they have addicted themselves to the ministry of the saints."
You, Zebediah Boaz got a jam. I'm a dope fiend for the word.
Yeah.
See, they're addicted to the house of Stephanus. That was one of the houses that Paul baptized. He said in the house of Gaius, but other than that, I didn't baptize no other family, for the Lord didn't send me to baptize, but to preach the gospel. So this house of Stephanus, but when he did baptize them and put that word on them, they got addicted to it.
Right.
Go ahead.
Let's see.
In verse 16.
Yeah. "That ye submit yourselves unto such, and to everyone, excuse me, that helpeth us, that helpeth with us and laboreth." Verse 17.
Yeah.
"I am glad of the coming of Stephanus and Fortunatus and Achaicus, for that which was lacking on your part they have supplied. For they have refreshed my spirit and yours. Therefore, acknowledge ye them are such. Acknowledge ye them that are such. The churches of Asia salute you. Aquila and Priscilla salute you much in the Most High, with the church that is in their house. All the brethren greet you. Greet ye one another with an holy kiss. The salutation of me, Paul, with mine own hand.
Yes, sir.
If any man love not the Most High Yahweh Shal Mashiach, let him be anathema maranatha.
Now, that's what, when you're saying, if nobody's switching a different gospel, you let them, you put this word on them. It's a curse you pronounce on them, and you're saying, and it coming in the name of the Lord. When you look this word up, if somebody get a chance real quick, Google that real quick, biblical, them two words, and shout it out to us as we continue to read, and you'll get a good understanding of what that means.
What was that again?
Anathema, Anathema.
Maranatha. Yeah.
Maranatha.
And y'all understand what that means. That's another form of wiping the dust from your feet.
It means cursed or condemned.
Cursed or condemned. Let him be what?
Cursed.
And condemned. if they bring not this gospel.
Right.
Anybody trying to trick you, anathema them. Let's be clear.
Right, no doubt.
Ain't no need playing around with them because that's what they trying to do to you.
Yeah. Verse 23.
Yeah.
The grace of our Master Yahweh Shah HaMashiach be with you. My love be with you all in Hamashiach Yahweh Shah.
So that kills that we supposed to just love. He just put a curse on him. He said,
right.
But my love be with you, because his love is the keeping of the commandments.
That's right. That's it.
Not no this agape love they make up or feeling love.
Right.
Well, I feel, and then they bring that philosophy to you.
Exactly.
Let's get it. 2:10. Yeah, it feel with something, all right.
You want 2:10 or you want Colossians?
No, I wanted them because they're going to run together. It's in verse 17. I want to expound on on that.
So we get 2:10.
Yeah, 2:10. Go ahead, assess.
That marathon that,
Yeah.
that you just read.
Yeah.
Isn't there some type of religion called that out here now?
I'm not sure. People will name religions after anything, That's what they do. They just look in the Bible and say, okay, that's a good one to start. But when you look up Maranatha, it means Christ is coming back to condemn those that are cursed. When you look, what's that word say? Y'all look that word up for me. Maranatha. Look that one up real quick, y'all. The Lord's coming. So that's what we're talking about. Repent or die, for the Lord is coming.
That's it.
Ain't no 2 ways about it.
Ain't no two ways about it. Let's get that 2:10, 2:15 through 26.
Yes, sir. All right, family, we're going to be reading in the book of 2 Timothy,
Yes, sir.
chapter 2. We're going to start the reading in verse 15.
Two guys holding strong.
So what's so good, brother?
Yeah, we may have to just keep it on that. You know what I'm saying?
Holding on like that little cat on the wall.
Boy, look here, barely, ain't it?
A little better than that.
Yeah, he up there with
Yeah,
both calls.
yeah. Let's get it, y'all.
Just hang in there too, my.
Yes, sir. I'm trying.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, and verse 15.
Yes, sir.
It reads, Study to show thyself approved unto Yah.
Say unto Yah, not unto men.
That's right.
Unto Yah. Yah is going to confirm, because we watereth and we put out the word, but he gives the increase.
That's right.
You ain't gonna get no increase from a man trying to get above you. He's taking your increase.
That's right.
Go ahead.
A workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
How's he dividing it?
Rightly dividing the word of truth.
Uh-huh.
But shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodly.
Y'all see what vain babbling and these new doctrines that's coming about of listening to these Freemasons of this new doctrine is going to bring about profane and vain babblings and more ungodliness. So that's what your increase will be when you put your trust in man. You're going to increase in that BS, because now you're going to be trying to promote it and can't answer.
And then you'll find yourself promoting him
And
so
boy,
he can answer it, and then you're following him.
Yeah, then you're following him.
Come on now. Make it
That
make
look
sense.
like you.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Right. Verse 17.
Yeah.
And their word will eat as doth a canker.
What is word going to eat as?
As a canker.
And another word for canker like that is cancer. It's going to eat like cancer on you. It's going to destroy you inside out. Go ahead.
Of whom is Hymenaeus and Philetus, who concerning the truth have erred.
What they do?
They erred,
Uh-huh.
saying that the resurrection is past already, and overthrow the faith of some.
Say the resurrection is past already.
Right.
Man, that happened a long time
Right.
ago, man. You still on that? And they'll pull this same thing. Hymenaeus and whoever this other boy is. Philippians, yeah. See, they canker. They canker worms. So when you hear that canker worm doctrine, they're in that Hymenaeus and Philetus spirit.
Right.
Canker worm spirit. They're looking to have you devour right away, get your flesh ate up right away. They don't care about you. They couldn't care about you. Go ahead.
But President,
Yes, ma'am.
are they heretics?
Yeah.
Believers, but they fell into
The Sadducees was, and
Sadducees and Pharisees, were they?
well, Pharisees and Sadducees, they were leavening. That's all we're talking about. You can give them any name you want, but what they are opposers of God's word, that they may elevate themselves and have you look at them instead of God. Like how dare Free Case Ray ride in on the Passover on a horse like he's doing Hosanna the highest and got them people about to fall out, and then got his pictures on mugs, you know, and still running that same color game this late in this walk. You still running black. You still use because it say black and not nationhood, and then you have the nerve to ride in on a horse like you the Messiah, and you got people weeping. Watching you do that, pull that stunt.
Yeah, that's terrible, man.
Cankerworm form. Let's get some more.
Verse 19.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, the foundation of Yah standeth sure.
What it's saying.
It stands sure. Having this seal, the Most High knoweth them that are his. And let every one that nameth the name of a Mashiach depart from iniquity. But in a great house there are not only vessels of gold and of silver, but also of wood and of earth, and some to honor and some to dishonor. If a man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor.
Yes, sir.
Sanctified and meet for the master's use, and prepared unto every good work.
Yes, sir.
Flee also youthful lust.
What kind of lust?
Youthful lust.
If somebody is still telling you you have a God-given right to have multiple women just to swivel your hips, and you over 40 and 50 and going into 60, and you believe this, those are youthful lusts. You still want to be what you was when you was 24. You ain't got the same energy. By the time you get to that fourth woman, ain't nothing going to be left but dog water. And she going to be dissatisfied. And she going to let you know. Nothing, mister. Don't worry about that, mister. It's some strange water, mister. Go ahead.
Verse 22.
Yeah.
Flee also youthful lust.
Yeah.
But follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace, with them that call on the Most High out of a pure heart.
What kind of heart?
A pure heart. But foolish and unlearned questions avoid, knowing that they do gender strife.
See, they know what they doing when they come to you with that ungodly and them unlearned questions, because they only gonna come to one they know is full of buddying and not studying.
That's right.
They gonna easily bring that gender and strife to you and have you arguing in your mind with yourself.
Right.
It ain't gonna have nothing to do with them. You gonna be worn up here looking for the cool side of the pillow. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 24.
Yeah.
And the servant of the Most High must not strive.
What he must not do?
He must not strive. But be gentle unto all men, apt to teach.
What to teach?
Apt to teach, or ready to teach.
Yes, sir.
And patient, in meekness instructing those that oppose themselves. In Yah peradventure will give them repentance to the acknowledging of the truth. And that they may recover themselves out of the snare of the devil.
See, you have to recover yourself out of the snare of the devil. When he gets you, got to come up out of it. You be like, he almost got me.
Yeah.
It's sometimes you can think, and what we're talking about, lustful, that lustful, youthful lust, it's like I say, Most High say, if you think to lust after a woman.
Right.
See, you ain't got to just display it openly. It could be on your mind constantly.
Right.
That's all you think about. That's the only doctrine you teach. And you this old, and you ain't got no other doctrine you think of. Violating every rule in the Bible about that situation. And then write your own book.
Yeah.
And promote it. Y'all understand? That's how quick it shifts. Show you a scripture in the Bible, or show you the 10 virgins. See right there, the Messiah got 10 wives, and then write their own book. That's how quick, y'all. Go ahead.
Who are taken captive by him at his will. That's it.
Taken captive by him and his will, because it's on you if they slip up on you with that. And they'll always try to get you into debate. You know, you have brothers call you, man, I'm on this line with these brothers. Talk about, what you on that line about that for anyway? That ain't doing nothing but strife and gender. Why do you continue to be tangled up in that? And you're looking for help. And you're pulling us into a war we ain't supposed to be in. He just told you we can't be involved with gender and strife and debate. And you're calling me to help me get me involved with that for what? What's the outcome? What is it going to benefit either one of us? What you got to, Bob?
Sirach 28:9, it says, a simple man disquieteth praying.
Yeah.
And make a debate amongst them that be at peace.
And make debate among them that be at peace. This is a teaching doctrine. This ain't no debate doctrine. Right. This ain't to see who's the higher and who got more knowledge. The knowledge should equal out. The knowledge should equal out. Everybody should be walking with the same knowledge up here.
One accord.
One accord. One love. When you say, well, how they going to say one love and they got one up on you? Making you a child twofold more of hell than they are. Where we going?
Colossians, 1 John.
Colossians 3.
Yep, that's what we got here.
And let's and this is another one on nakedness that we're gonna add to them first two that we had, make you naked, that Exodus 32:25 and that Genesis 3 and 9 and 10. Shouts out Obed. Revelation, just run that Revelation real quick, just chapter 3, verse 17 through 19. Revelation chapter 3, verse 17 through 19. See, so this is what they're trying to do, run that money on you. And you think, but when you realize you ain't got nothing, money can't buy truth.
Right.
Money can't buy salvation. And y'all, this is just another nakedness to add to that.
The book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 17. Because thou sayest, I am rich.
What is thou saying?
I am rich. And increased with good.
And see, and that's what we get lost. So you'll see somebody leave this word and get into the dark side. Next thing you know, they're promoting, I'm rich. I got a lot of money.
Right.
To lure you in. But what are they?
And increased with good.
And
have need of nothing. And knowest not that thou art wretched.
What are you?
They are wretched. And miserable. And poor. And blind. And naked.
And naked. You think you clothed with something, you stripped naked. You walking around here shameful. Go ahead.
Verse 18.
Yeah.
I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness,
the shame of what?
Thy nakedness do not appear, and anoint thine eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see. That thou mayest see.
So this is telling you absolutely that it's not the nakedness we think that was in the garden. It wouldn't have nothing to do about clothes. It's talking about white raiment, that it say your nakedness won't show.
Right.
If you slip up, your nakedness won't show. If you ain't got no clothes on, you ain't got no clothes on if you bring it from that perspective. You understand what I'm saying? Your nakedness will be shown. You can't be just standing there naked tomorrow. It ain't what it look like.
Right. They'll be like, you sure?
Right. Colossians 3.
Verse 19 was.
Oh, we'll go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
19.
My bad.
It says, as many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous, therefore, and repent.
Be zealous and repent. Because I will whoop you if you do wrong. These people that are trying to get you to follow them don't want to take their whooping.
That's right.
They won't acknowledge no wrongdoing. They blame the wrongdoing on the Bible for their wrongdoing. When they know what they did.
Well, you see right there, it don't really mean what you think it means.
What it think it means, well, what does it mean?
Right.
Let's get it. Where we going?
We're in the book of Colossians.
Yeah.
Chapter 3. We're going to start the reading in verse 1. Everybody there? All right, Colossians chapter 3 and 1.
And y'all, this is one love, y'all. We have to be in one love. Y'all hear somebody come with a strange doctrine and they messing up. Man, may want to check that out. That ain't got nothing to do with us. This one love, you about to be cankerworm if you don't stop it. You can't be with us and bringing another doctrine to us, and you can't even explain it. If you can't explain it, what it gonna do for us? That means you ain't even studied to show yourself approved on your deception.
Right.
You wasn't ready for a question that could be asked. Go ahead, bro.
Colossians chapter 3 and verse 1.
Yeah.
If ye then be risen with Hamashiach,
Uh-huh.
seek those things which are above,
What we gotta seek?
the things which are above, where Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of Yahweh.
Come on.
Set your affection on things above, not on things on earth.
See, whatever you have set it up above, not on these earthly lusts and
Right.
fall back into youthful lusts. Go ahead.
Verse 3.
Yeah.
For ye are dead,
Uh-huh.
and your life is hid with Hamashiach in Yah.
Uh-huh.
When Hamashiach, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication,
Uh-huh.
uncleanness,
Yes.
inordinate affection,
What kind of affections?
inordinate affection,
Uh-huh.
evil concupiscence.
Evil concupiscence. Y'all always wonder where the word what Cupid is coming from on Valentine's Day. It's concupiscence. Y'all, it ain't got nothing to do with love and all of that. They got you drawn into what they tell you what love is. Flowers and candy. Or this, if you ain't got that, he don't love you. Got women sending themselves flowers to work. Card wrote up already like it's been sent from Henry Jackson. No. Henrietta, you sent that to yourself. To be seen of me.
Got the card signed, Action Jackson.
Actually, yes sir, yes sir. From dog water free.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
And covetousness, which is idolatry.
Which is what?
Idolatry.
Uh-huh.
For which things sake the wrath of Yah cometh on the children of disobedience.
Yo, the wrath of Yah cometh. See, that's what they don't want to see.
Right.
See, if we get rid of the law, we get rid of the wrath of God. Romans 4:15, where there's no law, there's no what?
That's right.
Sin and law go together.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 7.
Yeah.
In the which ye also walked some time, when ye lived in them. But now ye also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth.
Filthy communication, y'all, ain't just using curse words. It's bringing forth another doctrine. That's filthy communication. That will put you in the dirt. That will muddy you up. It's filthy conversation. It's going to keep you dirty. You can't be in white raiment with filthy conversation on.
No.
That's like going and buy a new outfit, and ain't took a bath in 3 days, and ain't got on no deodorant. But you got on a new outfit.
And you ain't gonna put some cologne.
Boy, look here and keep getting your hands up like this tomorrow. Throw your hands up. Same drawers on you had on for 2 weeks. You just got on clean, just bought a new outfit and think that's going to cover that filth and stank.
That's terrible.
Go ahead, bro.
Woo, man, wait a minute.
Verse 9.
Yeah.
Lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds.
Yes, sir.
And have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge.
What are you renewed in?
Renewed in knowledge.
Uh-huh.
After the image of him that created
See,
him.
renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. Adam and Eve got renewed in knowledge of what the devil told them. God just don't want you to know.
Right.
And renewed them and throwed out of heaven doctrine. Go ahead.
Verse 11.
Yeah.
Where there is neither Greek nor Jew,
Uh-huh.
circumcision nor uncircumcision,
Uh-huh.
barbarian or Scythian, bond nor free, but Hamashiach is all and in all.
See, and when we talk about a barbarian, you know, those are people that you say don't know, you know, what clothes to wear or something. But those were barbarians that greeted Paul when he was in that shipwreck. And it showed them no little kindness. If it ain't little kindness, then it's big kindness, ain't it? And let them warm themselves by the fire and did all of that and thought Paul was a god till he had to tell them, no, I ain't Jupiter. This is the Lord. I want y'all to get rid of that. That's what I'm here for. But they showed him kindness. But guess who run him out of Jerusalem was Israel. And he had to go to barbarians. And they picked it up. Y'all understand? Let's get some more.
Verse 12.
Yeah.
Put on, therefore, as the elect of Yahweh, holy and beloved, bowels of mercy, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long-suffering, forbearing one another, and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Hamashiach forgave you, so also do ye. And above all these things, put on charity.
Put on what?
Put on charity.
There it go again, y'all. That's love showing to the brother, and it ain't got no agenda. It ain't got nothing on the side. It's pure, unadulterated love according to the law. There ain't nothing mixed. There ain't no, I'm trying to trick you into this. I'm trying to trick you into that. Go ahead.
Which is the bond of perfectness. We
finished that? Okay.
No, we ain't
Okay.
done.
Okay.
We buffering.
Oh, we're buffering again?
Again. Yeah, but we had to figure that
I'm
out.
gonna have to talk to him again this week.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, run it. Yeah, go ahead and run it.
Verse 15.
No, hold on. He going. Oh, well, yeah.
Oh,
He
you
go
gonna
ahead.
work
Go.
No.
You going anyway, right?
Yeah, I didn't get together when I get to the house.
Okay.
We got to restart again.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. If you have to, we'll put it all together.
Okay.
Verse 15.
Yeah.
And let the peace of Yah rule in your hearts, to the which also ye are called in one body, and be ye thankful. Let the word of the Mashiach dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to the Most High. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Master Yeshua, giving thanks to Yahweh and the Father by him.
Yes, sir.
Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husband.
To who?
Unto your own husband. As it is fit in the Most High.
How you gonna submit yourself, wives, to a counsel or some other individual counseling you about your husband?
Right.
And you submit to them. And then you tell him, well, that ain't what he said.
Right.
Well, how long you think that's gonna fly in your household?
Man.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse
That
19.
tickle Steve back there, didn't it? Go ahead.
Verse 19.
Yeah.
Husband, love your wife. And be not bitter against them.
And be not bitter, y'all. Bitter is going to sleep with it on your mind. If you do that, that's gonna heap coals on your head, because you're gonna start to think things that hopefully that this will cause harm. I hope you fall down the steps. I hope you slip on that ice and break your tailbone. You'll quit arguing with me then and fix me what I want to eat. You ain't got to go through all that. She ain't gonna be able to fix you nothing to eat if she slip and bust her tailbone. Go ahead.
Verse 20.
Yeah.
Children, obey your parents in all things. For this is the well-pleasing unto the Most High.
But this done flip. Now parents are obeying their children. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It done flip. Children have become their oppressors. Isaiah 30. You back home too, bye?
Nah.
Go ahead. What's that?
Verse 21.
Same. Still buffering.
Fathers,
Well, hard line. Go ahead.
provoke not your children to anger, lest they be discouraged.
And so you can't just rule with an iron hand in the house that where you threaten them to obedience. You know, you own them and they start pissing on themselves. That's
Right.
you're too far gone.
Yeah, that's
That means they fear you with the wrong fear. Don't even have that fear in the penitentiary. Go ahead.
Verse 22.
Yeah.
Servants, obey in all things your masters according to the flesh.
According to what?
To the flesh.
See, it ain't saying all things spiritual, but so you got to look out. You got to make sure that you ain't letting nobody else tell you nothing. Scripture say in the flesh, your master, your parents are your first masters. See, people like to just think that means the government or something like that. No,
We're going to be going to the book of 1 John 4, and we'll read 1 through 14.
Y'all, when we say one love, y'all, we have to mean that, y'all. It can't be no side deals. It can't be no cliques. Ain't no one love in clicking. If you got issues, straighten those issues out. If it's somebody going off, tell them where they going off so that it gets back into one love. But clicking gonna bring strife and debate.
That's right.
You still ain't coming back too bad?
No, we back.
Okay, okay. Let's get it.
The book of 1 John, chapter 4 and verse 1.
Yeah.
Beloved, believe not every spirit.
Do what?
Believe not every spirit. But try the spirits, whether they are of Yah. Because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
Many false prophets, y'all. Ain't a few of them. Many are going out into the world. Go ahead.
Hereby know ye the spirit of Yah. Every spirit that confesseth that Yahweh Mashiach is come in the flesh is of Elohim.
Yes, sir.
And every spirit that confesseth not that Yahweh Mashiach is come in the flesh is not of Yah. And this is the spirit of an antichrist, whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even now already is it in the world.
Yes, sir.
Ye are of Yah, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. They are of the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them. We are of Yah.
Yeah.
He that knoweth Yahweh heareth us. He that is not of Yahweh heareth not us. Hereby know we the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. Beloved, let us love one another.
Let us do what?
Let us love one another, for love is of Yah, and every one that loveth is born of Yah, and knoweth Yah. He that loveth not knoweth not Yah, for Yahweh is love.
Yeah.
In this was manifested the love of Yah toward us, because that Yah sent his only begotten Son into the world, that we might live through him. Herein is love, not that we loved Yah, but that he loved us, and sent his Son to be the propitiation for our sins. Beloved, if Yah so loved us, who ought also to love one another. Now let me get that again.
Read that again. Yes, sir.
Verse 11.
Yeah.
Beloved, if Yah so loved us, we ought also to love one another. No man hath seen Yah at any time.
At any time.
If we love one another, Yah dwelleth in us. And his love is perfected in us.
That's right.
Hereby know we that we dwell in him, and he in us, because he hath given us of his Spirit. And we have seen and do testify that the Father sent the Son to be the Savior of the world.
So, I'm going to keep, go ahead, finish that on that. Yeah.
Whosoever shall confess that Yahweh Shah is the Son of Yahweh, Yah dwelleth in him, and he in Yah. And we have known and believed the love that Yahweh is to us. Yah is love.
What is he?
He is love. And he that dwelleth in love dwelleth in Yah, and Yah in him.
And we're going to finish this, but I'm just saying, like how some will come to you if God asked you to kill your son, would you do it? In the sense, but they skip over the Messiah. The Father sent his son to die
Right.
for our bad behavior, but they don't want to go there because they have to say that part, for our bad behavior, he sent him.
Right.
See, so they just come at you and ask you about your carnal son that probably was conceived in fornication.
No doubt.
You was at the drive-in and conceived that son. More than popcorn eating going on. But yet they won't come to you from the top and say, why did you think Yah sent his son and put him to death? For what? Because they'll have to answer that. That's that slickness, y'all, I'm talking about.
Right.
But try to make it seem like he's doing you wrong, then he did his own son wrong.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He's not asking anything more of you than he did himself.
Absolutely, bro.
You know?
Go ahead.
Verse 17.
Brother Eric,
Yes, ma'am.
so no sunflower seeds,
Huh? Sunflower seed.
no sunflower seeds,
What about it?
and drink in the midnight.
Huh? Oh, okay. No. Okay, Emo, I know what you're talking about. You're absolutely right. You just left out Hennessy. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I understand you now, Emo. Go ahead. Yeah.
Threw you all the way off.
Yeah, it threw me way off, bro. Go ahead.
Verse 17.
But she know not what to let in that door.
I know
Go
that's
ahead.
right. Herein is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment.
Boldness in what day?
In the day of judgment.
Uh-huh.
Because as he is, so are we in this world. There is no fear in love.
There is no fear in the commandments of the Most High. There is nothing he tells us to do that should make you fear unless you're wrongdoing. You should fear his wrath and on judgment day, but you're fearing him. It's a different from fearing the devil. That's false evidence appearing real. That's a different F-E-A-R.
Yes, it is.
Let's get some more.
But perfect love casteth out fear,
Uh-huh.
because fear hath torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love. We love him because he first loved us.
See, and this is what we're talking about. So when somebody come to you with a side question like that, well, he loved me first? What I care about you talking about if he asked me that about my son? What did he do with his own son? What did his son, and his son was a grown man, 33 and a half years when he was put on that cross. That's a grown man.
Yeah.
Just like Isaac was 37. But that slick talk make you think that when you say a child, would you just take your child, bring him straight from daycare, and then tie him up and say, son, I hate to do this, but I'm going to put this wood on your head. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 20.
Yeah.
If a man say, I love God,
Uh-huh.
and hateth his brother,
Yeah.
he is a liar.
Just leave it on the end.
For he that loveth not his brother,
Uh-huh.
whom he hath seen,
Right?
how can he love Yah,
Yeah.
whom he hath not seen?
Who we have not what?
Seen.
Uh-huh.
And this commandment have we from him.
This what?
Commandment
Uh-huh.
have we from him,
Uh-huh.
that he who loveth Yah love his brother also.
Y'all, we're going to close out with the final Romans 8, 36 through 39. Y'all, we're going to close on out. Y'all, one love, y'all. When we say that, we got to mean that you can't be one love with no strange doctrine. That's mixing two different cups. You ain't got no love in that cup. You got extortion in that cup. You'll hold that cup up and they ready to devour you. Their whole mission is not to come for joy and anon, but their mission is, we're testing you to see what you break down to. What's your youthful lust? You was just in brotherly love, so we really want to see, was that really brotherly love you was at when them brothers was setting it out for you? Or do you consider this brotherly love? I come in your house and just bring cheap whiskey and then tear up your furniture.
Oh, man.
And you trying to convince yourself that that's love because of what? What's in that cup?
All right.
It ain't no one love in that cup. If it was, you'd have peeped it out. But it's when lust is coming, it's because of what you're enticed by. And when they bring your enticement, they don't love you. If you're a recovering crack addict, what is they doing now? We're talking about, man, it's a boulder.
Uh-oh.
This gonna last you till you 100. No. When you know $10 is too much and 1 million ain't enough.
Right. Well, you would smoke yourself to death.
Boy, look here. Whitney Houston was gonna die before she ran out of money. Smoking what she's smoking, that LA pure stuff like that. She wasn't gonna run out of money first. Go ahead.
We're going to be reading in the book of Romans, chapter 8. Start the reading in verse 36.
Yes, sir.
And it reads, as it is written, for thy sake we
I'll
are...
tell you what, back up to 31 and we're reading it now.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Verse 31.
Because this is what we're talking about. Can't nobody be against us when you 12 toes down, when you a Messiah believer to the bone. Y'all, when we talk about to the bone, y'all, we're talking about it cuts through the joints, the spirit, the soul, into the joints, to the marrow of the body. So the Most High say, when you on his team, his righteousness get to inside of your skeleton. That's where the marrow's at. That's inside of your skeleton.
Exactly.
Not flesh just on this surface. You got to have the Messiah in your marrow. Where blood is formed, that's your being at.
That's right.
Go ahead.
The book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 31.
Yeah.
What shall we say then to these things? If Yah be for us, who can be against us? He that spared not his own son.
What did he do?
Spared not his own son.
So these would be the first questions if somebody come with you with that slick talk. Oh, you talking about the father who didn't spare his own son first before you talking to me about my fleshly son that was probably made or conceived in unrighteousness. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But they got you thinking condemned flesh and got you worrying about condemned flesh that got to die anyway.
Right.
So whether you don't put him to death or he get 99 and they say natural causes, he's still going to what?
Die.
Let's get some more, bro. Finish that on that.
He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things? Who shall lay anything to the charge of Yah's elect? It is Yahweh that justifies. Who is he that condemneth?
Who is he?
Right. Is it Hamashiach that died? Yeah, rather, that is risen again. Who is even at the right hand of Yahweh, who also maketh intercession for us? Who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? Shall tribulation?
No.
Or distress?
No.
Or persecution?
No.
Or famine?
No.
Or nakedness?
Or what?
Or nakedness? Or peril? Or sword? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yahweh, which is in Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah.
Yo, ain't nothing gonna separate us.
No.
We messianic to the bone, down to the marrow.
Yes,
and
sir.
if you ain't on this program and you get caught short,
Yeah.
you're gonna fall into cankerworm status. And who will want you around if they seen a cankerworm coming out of your jaw while you eat? One just come out of your nostril. You can't continue to eat.
No, man, you got to go.
You got to go, partner. Something going on with you.
Yeah, this some issue, bro.
Boy, look
Take
here.
this mirror and
And
look
look at that.
Boy.
Let's close on out of here, y'all. We got any questions or concerns too? By tell them you're gonna put it together.
Yeah, I'm letting them.
Also, y'all, Brother Jacob has the yearly feast day calendar up. So go to Mr. Hebrew 1 and scroll down. The entire year, the 2025 calendar is up. So we had a few people ask about the Passover. The dates are accurate. They line up, you know, the church and the radio. So we're good on that. The calendar is up, y'all. So there should be no excuse. And like I say, the canker worm gonna come and say y'all doing it on the wrong day. Don't bring that to us. We're telling you now that the calendar is set. We don't want to hear about what nobody else is saying.
No man judge you.
Right. In feast days or holy days.
That's it.
We got the Holy Day of Purim coming up, and y'all will be having a meeting very soon, here in a couple weeks. So we'll let everybody be informed how we normally do here in St. Louis. And also, y'all, Brother Nerf, they call him Big Nerf or Pastor Nerf, got a birthday coming up, y'all.
Oh, yeah?
Monday the 27th. And also, Sister Karen that just had a birthday as well. She was 11. Yes, sir. So, y'all, just shouts out that the Most High is giving life and continuing life, y'all.
That's right. All praise. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, the devil sure was busy, wasn't he? Trying to stop the flow of that. Y'all understand that? Trying to stop the flow of this word, but he can't stop it.
All right, family. We're going to get this closing prayer. And it is with the Most High's permission. And is in the name of his only beloved and begotten Son, our Lord and Savior and our Redeemer, Yahushua HaMashiach. But we know him as Jesus the Christ, family. Long live the King.
Long live the King.
Reading in the book of Psalms, in the 142nd chapter, it reads, I cried unto the Most High with my voice. With my voice unto the Most High did I make my supplication. I poured out my complaint before him. I showed before him my trouble. When my spirit was overwhelmed within me,
Yes, sir.
then thou knewest my path. In the way wherein I walked, have they privily laid a snare for me. I looked on my right hand and beheld, but there was no man that would know me. Refuge failed me. No man cared for my soul. I cried unto thee, O Yahweh.
Yes, sir.
I said, thou art my refuge and my portion in the land of the living. Attend unto my cry, for I am brought very low. Deliver me from my persecutors,
Yeah.
for they are stronger than I. Bring my soul out of prison, that I may praise thy name. The righteous shall compass me about, for thou shalt deal bountifully with me. Hallelujah! Selah!
Yes, sir. Y'all got a chuckle or two, y'all. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, y'all, for y'all continued support of the ministry and the radio station, y'all. Thank y'all so much. And y'all, Tubai gonna put it all together, y'all. He gonna piece it all together so y'all see it in its entirety. Sorry for the interruptions, y'all, but we'll work on it. It's just some new location blues we're having right now, but we're gonna get it all knocked out, y'all.